Earlier today, the Queen's baton was carried to the top of Snowdon.
In the same country that hosted the very first baton relay for the 1958 Commonwealth Games.
A country that I'm proud to say we are standing in right now. Croeso I Gymru.
Welcome to Wales! Where very shortly we will be welcoming the Queen's baton to Carnarvon.
Yes, we will. Now, 15 minutes ago, it set off on a 5K race, which should end here at the harbour very shortly.
Oh, they look quick.
They do.
So I think they'll be here on time. But anyway, while we do wait for them, shall we meet tonight's guest?
Let's do it.
Come on, let's put some music on.
This is the beat that started it all. It's the Shadows.
It's the man who's famous for that sound and always leaves us hungry for more. It's Hank Marvin!
Hey.
Hank! Very good to see you, Hank. Super.
Likewise.
Croeso I Gymru, as they say. Now, have you
Easy
been
for
to
you
this
to say.
part? Yeah, exactly. Have you
doing it
been
all
to
day.
this part of the country before?
Not to Carnarvon before. Driven past it a few times, heading further south to a place like Aberystwyth,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
etc.
Yes, yes,
but
yes.
it's wonderful to be here and tell you.
Well, you've chosen a fantastic day with the
I
baton
love the
coming
summer
through.
here.
The sun hasn't quite made it today, but usually it's very hot here, isn't it? It's very hot.
Is it
very
really?
hot.
Now,
No.
later on, Hank, we're going to be talking about sibling rivalry. Now, I've got this great film, two brothers who competed against each other
Oh,
in the
yeah.
1970 Commonwealth Games. They're rerunning their race, and we're going to see it tonight. So they're obviously a little bit older than they were back then. But what was sibling rivalry like for you then, growing up, with your brother?
I didn't have any real sibling rivalry, but I remember one occasion when I was quite young, about maybe 7 or 8.
Right.
My brother was around 4. He was standing in front of a dartboard which was leaning against the door, and he wouldn't move. And I said, if you don't move, I will throw this dart at you. And he said, no, you won't. I said, yes, I will. And I threw the dart, and it stuck in his leg.
Oh, Hank.
I was, hey, I've never got over it. you know the Blade Runner, Oscar.
Yes.
Yeah, Pistorius.
Whatever his name is, Pistorius. Well, my brother's a one-legged runner now. Yeah. Not
After
really,
you
no,
and the
I lie.
dart.
What?
What about you and your
Mate,
sisters?
3 sisters, I never even bothered competing against
Yeah.
them. I was never going to win.
No, we
I
were
just
so
had- they
different
just-
as well.
yeah,
There's
it's
no
fine,
competition,
we
is there?
didn't.
Not
Yeah.
with 3 sisters.
Now you're going to love this, Hank. Let's get the pinger on screen. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
There. Good. You see, we take the pinger everywhere when we go out of the
Right.
studio because there's 55 days until the baton reaches Glasgow for the start of the Commonwealth
really
Games.
55?
Yeah, but what exactly is the Queen's baton? Well, here is Ewan with its unique connection to Wales.
Since the Commonwealth Queen's baton relays arrived in the UK, the One Show has tracked its journey. And today, with just 55 days to go, it's here, in Wales. I'm home. Diolch yn fawr.
I've been privileged to carry it in parts of Wales on its way to Glasgow, and down the years the baton's route to the Games has always been a creative, special one.
Passing the baton from runner to runner relay style has been a tradition since day one. And today I'm joining 2 runners from West Wales who had that privilege before those games in 1958. 50 odd years ago, it was a lot further and a lot faster, I take it.
Well, slightly faster, yes. We did just over the mile. It was a lovely day, I remember that, and quite a large crowd because we were in the town centre.
I didn't have a crowd like that. 3 people came with me, and that was my auntie and her 2 daughters, Julie and Sheila. After the baton was exchanged and I took it, I shot off. As I was going, the Rolls Royce drew alongside me and said, would you mind slowing down a little, otherwise we'll be ahead of schedule.
Were you running too fast then? Is that why you had to slow down?
I was too fast for a Rolls Royce.
Brilliant. How proud did you feel today?
I felt very, very proud that I was able to be here and the fact that so many children participated.
And still, it's the ordinary members of the public who are tasked with bringing the baton safely to the Games venue in Glasgow. I caught up with one of them, 11-year-old Jack Braddock from Aberystwyth.
We had the chance to write a letter to say why we should be chosen, and my letter was selected as a good one, so I got to carry the baton.
And you're quite sporty. I don't think fitness will be a problem. You've cycled miles with your dad, and is it right this summer, at the age of 11, you're going to cycle Land's End to John O'Groats? And you're doing that for Macmillan Cancer Support. Why is that?
I'm doing it to raise money for the very important work they do.
But what's going to be going through your mind?
I'm holding the baton, I'm holding the baton, I'm holding the baton.
So it's quite fair to say you're excited, yes?
Yes.
If you could share today's experience with anybody, who would you run alongside?
My dad, because he does lots of things with me and he taught me how to cycle and he's like a best friend to me.
With a good crowd assembled, the moment has finally arrived for Jack to hold the baton.
How's it going, Jack?
It's going really well.
Enjoying it?
Yes.
Loads of support, lots of people come out to watch you. Well, he's about to give the baton to his dad. This is a complete surprise. His dad is not expecting this.
Hello, JB. All right, my lad, well done. Are you going on? I'm coming with you? Yes. Seriously? Oh, brilliant.
At 6 o'clock this morning, while I took the train, local runners carried the baton all the way up Mount Snowdon. That's 3,560 feet.
That baton has travelled the Commonwealth and here it is, arriving at the top of what is normally a very picturesque Snowdon. It's a proud day for Wales and for the Commonwealth.
And look who's got hold of it now. Powering her way up the Menai Straits towards Carnarvon.
Oh, what a moment!
I was going to say, what a moment for you!
It's fantastic.
I
It's so
loved it.
exhilarating to be part of it.
It's brilliant.
And
isn't it?
out on the Menai Straits, it was beautiful.
Yeah, and Ewan, welcome. Welcome.
Thank
You must
you.
be shattered after getting up early.
It's
You
been a
obviously
long day,
You
but
didn't run up
enjoyable.
there, though, did you?
I got the train, I was
Ever the
late.
athletes.
Oh,
It was too early in the morning to run that far for me.
Yeah.
People did
Well,
run
that's
up
fair
for
enough.
Well,
But you were
exactly.
saying, Al, that even when you had that baton so closely, you could almost see the Queen's message.
Well, if you
in
look
there.
really closely, you can see a few of the words, you know, that the Queen's message is inside. So you can see a few of the words. But we've had some suggestions on our Facebook page, haven't we?
We
as to
have.
what the Queen's message could say.
I love this one. This is from Paul Bishop in Exmouth. He said, "It is by my royal decree that there will be no frowning, moaning or boredom at these games. And this is my personal wish. I do not get pushed out of a helicopter."
Yeah,
Fair
very
enough,
good.
fair
Loving
enough.
that.
She's done it once.
Yeah.
She has.
Hank, what are your thoughts? What could the message say inside
I
the
know what the
baton, do you
message
think?
is.
Oh, go on.
She told me.
Go on.
It says Hank Marvin's new CD is out on June the 2nd.
Good. Get a plug in.
We'll talk
Why
about
not?
that in a little bit, but first, let's focus on this baton then,
Yeah.
Ewan. So, obviously, it's been up Snowdon, it's coming down here.
Yeah.
So, where will it go from here?
We've got one more day in Wales, and then it goes to England on Saturday, to
Yeah.
Manchester, in particular there, Congleton. 10,000 people expected there, which is a great turnout. It's not the biggest of places. Then it goes down south on Wednesday. I'm going to get my hands on it again. My beloved Southampton, I'm taking it there. And at the weekend, it goes to London. Now, that's at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. They're expecting 20,000 people there. So it's not too late. Just come down, get a look at the Olympic Park. Matthew Pinson, he'll be abseiling from the orbit building there. Hopefully it's a strong rope, because he's a big old boy. And then it goes to Suffolk. Now, quite interesting here. Everybody who's wanted the baton relay to go to their town, their city, their village, have had to apply for it and say why. Suffolk have really put in some creative ideas, and in Ipswich they're having a massive family day. They're going to have pyrotechnics, live bands, music, a really big festival, really celebration of sport. Then it goes up your neck of the woods,
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Hank, you
Well,
have
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Come
Away
on,
the lads,
away
away the lads. Brendan Foster,
Fo-
Jonathan
yeah.
Edwards,
Yeah.
they're going to be running with the baton. Then it goes into Scotland. It starts in Coldstream. Now, more importantly, it's going to be 40 days there of live hand-to-hand action, proper relay style.
Right.
545 schools in Scotland. Each have nominated one child. They're going to run with a baton. It's going to be live streaming, only in Scotland.
Right.
And it's going to end up, go to Edinburgh, obviously, and on the 23rd of July for the opening ceremony in Glasgow. And, of course, the one show. We're going to be there. It's going to be an
Fantastic.
epic journey.
It is going to be an epic journey. And while it was in Wales, now the Royal Mint have created something very special, haven't they, to commemorate
They
this
have.
baton relay.
I've got it stuck to the
He
table
was
now.
having trouble. He's got so many bits and bobs
yeah,
to hold.
5 million
Give
of
it to
these
Hank.
have
There
been
you go,
issued.
Hank.
They're special Commonwealth Games 50p pieces. There's 948 million standard 50p's in circulation, so put that in your pocket. Might be
Good,
worth
Hank.
a few
Thank
quid
you.
one day. So if you get
It is lovely,
if you get
isn't it?
hands on one of those, there's only 5 million, so quite special.
Hank, you could use that as a plectrum, couldn't you?
Oh,
Actually started playing
That
it.
is the shadows hit. Actually,
How did you do that?
now that means that the baton is very near. It's being carried by Oshan Jones. Here he comes over the bridge. He's here.
Oh, he's here. Good lad, Oshan. Nice to see you. Super duper hammer thrower. Incredible stuff. Take a seat. You didn't run that far, but I mean, how are you as a runner as opposed to a thrower?
Not very good, really. That's the reason why I throw and not run. So.
What was it like to get your hands on that, though?
Yeah, it's just a privilege, really. So, especially because I'm a Carnarvon lad, so it's exciting to be able to take part in such a great event.
You're hoping to be part of the Welsh team.
I am, yeah.
So the big question is, how's training going? How confident are you, Oshan?
Well, I've gotten the B standard 4 times now, so hopefully it's enough. But training's going well now, so I just finished my university exams recently. So.
And you get the results, don't you, at the same time as well?
Yeah, it's going to be around the same time, so it's going to be a nervous moment for me, yeah.
Which are you most nervous about hearing, the results of your exams?
I don't know, really, because my resits, if I fail, I'm going to have to resit around the same time, so it's... not too sure, really.
Just throw a hammer at the person who's marking them, because let's just have a little look at some of the ones that you've got, because obviously they're all varying different weights.
Yeah. Well, there's specific weight and length we have to use for competitions, but for training we use varied ones to focus. We tend to use the lighter hammers to focus on the speed, and then the heavier hammers to strengthen. So.
Yeah. Now your hammers, they look fantastic, but they're not what I expected.
No, quite a few people think that I'm actually throwing...
I mean, where are the actual hammers? Hank, are you with me on this?
I am with you on this.
Oh,
where are the actual
Brilliant.
hammers? They look like the Mason chain, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Very gladiatorial. Very gladiatorial. Speaking of which...
Good luck.
Speaking of battling, there's going to be a lot of sibling rivalry at this year's Commonwealth Games.
Yes.
So let's just have a look at a picture. There's some battling sisters here. So here we go. This is Amara and Alina Phillip. They're going to be swimming for the British Virgin Islands.
And we've also got Megan and Angharad Phillips, who will be competing in the table tennis for Wales. So what's it like then, taking on one of your own family in the Commonwealth Games? Well, Angelica Bell has met a couple of runners who might not have won an absolute thing if it wasn't for a very healthy dose of sibling rivalry.
Long before the Brownlee brothers romped home with 2 medals at the London Olympics, sibling rivalry was spurring on 2 other brothers to win gold. Peter and Ian Stewart were 2 of Britain's best distance runners. Both represented Scotland, fulfilling their Scottish father's dream. But it was here in Birmingham that the brothers would grow up and train, and where their intense rivalry would begin. Today they're in their 60s, still running and still very competitive. And I've come to meet them where it all started. Ian, were you a typical younger brother?
Yeah, I think I was a typical younger brother in the sense that I'd always got my brother on a pedestal. So you always sort of look up to them. Not you'd ever tell them that.
But you're always rivals if you're brothers. You're always fighting over one thing or another.
The problem that Pete had with somebody like me was I was more than capable of getting myself into a lot of trouble.
I personally used to find it a pain in the neck because it was always, well, you should have been looking after it. So the incident when he went camping with his mates, they set fire to the tent. But that was my fault. I mean, he got done for it big time, but I got dragged into it and I wasn't in the tent.
When Ian turned 16, he started to take on his brother on the track. Peter had joined the Birchfield Harriers running club and his younger brother was desperate to follow him. For Ian, this was his chance to prove himself.
I just got really fanatical about it. I just ramped up my mileage and I got no time for anybody else that couldn't do it 100%. If you didn't want to do that, don't come and train with me.
Ian was snapping at his big brother's heels, and when the brothers came up against each other in 1970 in Edinburgh, it turned out to be one of their greatest battles yet.
The draw for the Eponymously car then. Peter Stewart, John Davis, Ian Stewart.
4 weeks before the Commonwealth Games came to Edinburgh, the brothers were pitched against each other, running the mile on a track built specially for the Games. Now, I know you haven't seen this footage before. We've managed to track it down for you. You're mesmerised.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen it before.
What's going through your head while you're watching?
Pete was a miler, so this was a tough race for me.
Peter Stewart comes past him. It's Peter Stewart that's going to make it.
I don't remember doing that. It was probably the wrong thing to do.
But he went at the wrong place because I got back at him.
Oh, here we go.
But Ian's coming back again. Coming back again with 20 yards to go. How can they do it? Half a yard between them.
Ian had snatched victory from his brother. Did that hurt, Peter?
Yes, that definitely hurt. I wouldn't have let him get past if I could have helped it. I fully expected to win the race, to be quite frank, but I didn't, so I was not happy.
Yeah, I was really pleased. Coach wasn't happy with me at all. He had a real good moan at me.
What a fantastic race.
This nail-biting race spurred the brothers on to qualify for their biggest competition yet, the 1970 Commonwealth Games in Edinburgh. But this time they were competing in different races. Peter ran first in the 1500-metre final, only to come home a disappointing fourth.
Ian Stewart.
With his older brother having just missed out on a medal, Ian saw his chance to outdo him again.
So after the 1500, Pete and Jeff, my coach, were convinced I couldn't possibly win the 5. So having had that little discussion, I just said, right, I don't want to talk to you about it again. That's the end of it. And I never saw my coach again for 2 days.
He had to put up with me because I was sharing a room with him.
Ian hit the front with 450 metres to go. And despite a valiant effort from fellow Scot Ian McCafferty, he held him off to claim gold.
Ian Stewart wins from Ian McCafferty.
Since the brothers ran at the Commonwealth Games, their competitive streak hasn't faded. So today, 44 years on, the brothers are back on the track to settle the score once and for all.
On your marks, set.
Pete, you did your best, but it wasn't quite good enough. But you'll always be the older brother.
Yes, he will always be the little one.
Exactly. But we have got a medal for you to rival your Commonwealth gold.
Great. It's much better than the Commonwealth gold, I can tell you.
Good answer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ah, well done, lads.
Congratulations, very good.
So interestingly, Hank, we were just saying there, your son and your daughter, they're involved in the new album that you saw beautifully plugged with the Queen's Baton earlier on.
Yes.
But is there much rivalry between the two of them?
Not really, no. And I think where there is rivalry, brothers and sisters, the sisters usually win, don't they, Alex?
Oh, every time.
That's right. I haven't got a brother, but I imagine that to be the case.
They're very close, in fact. They're very close.
Are they?
And
That's
they have an acoustic duo. They do a lot of work around Perth and Australia. And my daughter, I hesitate to call her my daughter now because she's just gone into real estate.
Oh, right. Oh, Hank. Oh, dear.
I hope she's not watching this, Hank.
So she's going to be good at it, I know she
Yeah,
is.
I'm sure she is. Well, I tell you what, before we talk about your new music, let's have a few classics of Shadows. You know.
Relaxing. Even when you speed up, I just find it just seems to calm me down, your music.
But you started, didn't you, playing with your friends in a bar in London. Then you were asked to be Cliff Richard's guitarist, Sir Cliff Richard, we should say. Yeah. What was your impression then of Sir Cliff before you started working with him?
I don't do impressions, I'm sorry.
Hey!
Oh, look, when we first met, we were 16, Cliff was 17. He's always been older than us, obviously, but he was a kind of an acted youth, as we were.
Yeah.
And within about an hour, though, we met Cliff in London. We was getting fitted for a pink jacket for his first tour. And we went back to his parents' council house in Cheshunt for our first rehearsal, travelling in style on a Green Line bus. And that's where we got to know each other. We found out we had the same sense of humour. The Goons, Tony Hancock, and we were all mad about Bridget Bardot, our dream woman at the time, and that was it. So within about an hour on the bus, we felt really at home with each other, and we struck up a friendship, which has lasted really down to today.
But, I mean, to be fair, he'd heard your music anyway, and I guess that sound, that very unique sound that you have with the echo box and what have you, was, because at the time, I mean, it set up guitar playing as we really know it today, didn't it?
Well, it was something different at the time. Yeah, I think we're always
How
looking
did that
for
come
something
about
different.
then? How did that come about?
Accident. I had the Stratocaster, which Cliff bought me, which is now in the hands of...
That's the Fender guitar.
Which is now... Bruce has it. He borrowed it from Cliff and never gave it back. But he's going to give it to me, apparently.
Right. Good.
If he's watching.
So you had that guitar then?
I had the guitar with a whammy bar on. That was very important to me developing the style. But the echo box was the cream on the coffee or the icing on the cake.
Yeah, yeah.
And that just gave this different sound with all these different echoes I could use.
Yeah.
In fact, someone called me the godfather of delay.
Oh.
Nice.
I think they meant I was always late. But it's,
yeah, great.
Yeah, but it certainly was an important factor in producing that sound, yeah.
Well, let's talk about your new album. It's called Hank, Hank, and it's full of sort of summer hits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very summery songs, which is perfect for this bright day here in Carnarvon.
Absolutely. I hope it makes a change in the weather when it comes out.
There they go. Well done.
They're
to
doing ever
runners
so
as
well. We should
by the
just
way.
mention this. This is a 5K race that's happening. The baton did start off earlier on with it, and it's halfway around the harbour now. So by the end of the programme, this baton will have got all the way around.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yes.
So which is your favourite track then? I mean, difficult question because you've chosen them
it's
all,
a difficult
obviously.
one, but one of my favourite songs on the album is a thing called California Girls, which the Beach Boys originally did. And this is a different version, obviously.
Yeah, but it's this classic barbecue, isn't it?
Well, we had it on, and I said, for a barbecue, there's nothing better this summer, Hank.
You need your beanie on, and the barbecue turned up to keep you warm.
Lovely, good. Well, listen, everybody's happy to see you. It's Hank, isn't he wonderful? Isn't Hank wonderful? And as we look behind, we can see Anglesey just behind the lovely crowd. Just point up a little bit there to Anglesey.
There we are.
Now over there is a sport that's lifted up the spirits of everyone in the town of Holyhead.
Yes, but why is one town so obsessed with weightlifting? Well, it all comes down to the enthusiasm of one man.
Holyhead in North Wales is straining under the weight of success. Population 13,000, number of gyms 1. It's really good at weightlifting. Is there something in the water? The town's only gym is run by the Welsh national coach Ray Williams. Ray won Commonwealth Gold in 1986, inspired by another local medalist from a decade earlier.
Robert Range, he was my teacher, and from the minute I seen his bronze medal, all I ever wanted to do in life was lift weights. From that, in a small town, them great stories throughout the decades just sort of catches everybody's imagination. When you look at weightlifting as being a small sport in Great Britain, it's massive in Holyhead.
And then there were more.
I'm the granddaddy of the gym. I hold 5 world records in powerlifting and I'm 76 years of age. If I hadn't taken this sport up, I haven't got a clue what I'd be doing. Probably playing balls. That's everyone.
Pumping iron like this does more than work up a sweat. Sure, it gives you great guns, but it's also good for your bones, your balance, and your state of mind.
You need to be mentally robust, but you need flexibility, you need speed, strength, which is power, and you need that total sort of focus to lift 2.5 times your body weight.
It's not what people expect it to be. It's very athletic. People think it's all about being massive and heaving big weights around, but it's not. It's so technical.
For Byron, it was life-changing. He first walked into the gym 5 years ago. He was 11 years old and weighed 16.5 stone.
Well, at the time I was feeling very low because, I had no confidence because, unlike the rest of the children, I wasn't able to play football for long periods of time. The weight was up and up and up and up.
Heavy weight was his problem. Heavy weights became the answer. Up to 5 times a week with sessions lasting up to 2 hours at a time.
6 years later, I've now lost 5.5 stone, and this makes me feel more confident with everything I do in life.
Gareth Evans is representing Wales in this year's Commonwealth Games.
I've always said you've got to have a bit of a screw loose to be a weightlifter. You're throwing yourself into weights that are like 2.5 times your own body weight. You've got to have a good work ethic. You've got to be willing to train hard. You've got to be willing to get into the gym when you don't want to go to the gym. Things are feeling heavy, you're a weightlifter.
This gym's membership has increased tenfold in 2 years after it was revamped thanks to European funding. It's now a world-class facility designed to create world-class weightlifters. But you don't have to be a budding champion to come here.
Anyone can walk through the door. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, 12, 62. You want to come in and you want to lift weights, come in and lift weights.
So we did see Gareth Evans there. We're joined by more hopefuls from Team Wales First. But just before we go on, Hank, am I right in saying that you used to do one-arm press-ups?
I used to do one-arm press-ups, yes.
Good
Go
lad.
on,
Then I found out I had 2 arms. It was much easier.
You don't want to demonstrate
You don't do them
one?
anymore.
I couldn't do it now. No.
No, okay, fair enough. Now, let's meet Aled, or should I say, Aled Sean Davis, MBE. Now, your credentials are quite something. Here we go. Gold in the 2011 World Athletics, gold in the 2012 Paralympics, gold in the 2013 World Championships. What are your hopes for Glasgow?
I just want to make the games.
Yeah?
No,
When do you find out, then?
Sunday. That's apparently the official date for athletics, so I'll find out and then I get released in the week.
I'm feeling confident, Aled?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Broke a world record 2 weeks ago, so I'm hoping that should be enough to make the team.
Now, I'm just going to nip down here and have a word with Kathy, because I'm sure our audience at the moment will go,
Come on over
I
here.
didn't realise that was a Commonwealth Games sport. Lawn bowls.
It is.
Now, this could be it's the Commonwealth curling, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you could say that, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell us all about what is so exciting about lawn bowls.
Well, lawn bowls is a great sport to be involved in. You
Yes.
can play all ages, but
Yes.
having said that, all the international players do tend to be in their 20s, 30s and 40s, which I think goes against the normal thinking about lawn bowls being an old person's sport. But in fact, the international team are all made up of... In fact, I'm the oldest in Team
Are you
Wales.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, have you made the team? You don't know
I
yet?
have, yeah.
You have. Congratulations,
Yeah.
we've got
Oh,
one on Team
brilliant!
Wales.
Woo!
We've actually got one. And, and Katie, now clear pigeon shooting or
Yeah.
trap shooting.
Yeah.
How are things looking for you?
Yeah, things are looking good. I've made the team, so I qualified, I was told in last December.
Good. Also, that's already happened,
Yeah.
right? And how are you getting your eye in before the games?
We've got a lot of training days lined up
Yeah.
away and here in Wales.
Okay, good. And you're
Yeah.
with Phoebe.
I'm with Phoebe, part of the hockey team. Yes. Now then, how are the hockey team feeling?
Very excited. We found
Yeah.
out 2 weeks ago what the team was, so I'm in, which is good.
You're in? Okay,
Yeah.
another round of applause, I think. That's excellent news,
Yeah.
okay. So training hard then.
Well, yes, we've actually got 2 weeks off now because we do it in a 8-week cycle, but yes, trying to get as fit as we can before the
Brilliant.
games.
Okay, well,
Well, do you
good
know
luck
what?
to you all.
That is nearly it.
It is.
For tonight. We just want to say a big thank you to Hank.
Pleasure.
Hank, the album is out on Monday. Now, that baton is going to make its way around the harbour very shortly.
Yes,
Where's Osher?
it is. But in the meantime, we are going to see the Corvibach vertical stunt dancers up there, accompanied by Sir Hugh Owen singing a traditional Welsh classic, Men of Harlech. We'll see you in the Hay Festival tomorrow. See you then. Bye.
Osher, get that baton going, my friend.